Hi there! So today I'm going to be repositioning some of my Schleich horses and, well, some of them just can't stand up. No matter what I do, they will not stay on their feet, which makes them really hard to play with. So today I'm going to be fixing that. Also, I have a couple of models that I just want to change because I feel like they look better with something else going on with their legs. Alright, let's go to the kitchen. Oh, I loved that transition. So the first thing I did was grab 2 big bowls from our drawer. I'm going to fill one of those bowls with hot water from the kettle. It doesn't have to be freshly boiled. This has been in the kettle for quite a while. And the second bowl I just filled with some cold water from the tap. Now basically what you do is you leave the horse in the hot water and it softens the plastic, which allows you to reposition it really easily as it's soft and it doesn't hurt your horse at all. After I managed to get that rubber glove on, I got Millie out of the hot water and put her leg in the position that I wanted it. In her case, it was just pulling that one down a bit because that's the one that was making her wobbly. And then I put her in the cold water and held on to that leg that I was changing so it wouldn't slip back to its original place. But it was only a matter of seconds before the cold water started to work and she started to become more solid again. So in the meantime, I put Storm into the hot water so that she'd soften up and be ready to go into the cold water when Millie was finished. After about a minute, she had completely cooled off and her leg was in the perfect position so she no longer wobbled or fell over and she stood up on her first try. Then it was Storm's turn to be fixed and I put her in the cold water and I also moved Sevy into the hot water so she'd be ready and I ran on upstairs to grab 2 more horses. So the 2 other horses that I did were Katie and my lovely little guy there, Churro. And of course, when they arrived, Millie had to show off how she could now balance perfectly. Then I went and checked on Storm and her legs had hardened and she could stand up beautifully now, which I was really pleased about because she was definitely the most unbalanced out of all of them. Here I'm just straightening Sevy's legs so she's trotting. I think it just suits her so much more than that weird position she was in before. A bit like she was, cantering. It looked more like she was tripping over, if I'm honest. And I definitely think that the position she's in now suits her. After that, I had to put on the kettle again as the water was getting cold and it wasn't working as well. So while that was boiling, I decided to dry off the ones that had finished, so Millie, Storm and Sevy. And finally, with the fresh water, I just repeated the same process for the other 2 horses. Cue the music. Okie dokie, so now that I've finished, I'm going to take a look at each horse and see how they turned out. So starting with Millie, she can now completely stand up perfectly on her own. Before, it was just a bit of a disaster, to be honest. So I would say that's a definite improvement, and I'm very pleased with her. Next we have Storm, who before this could not stand up on any surface, hard or carpet. She was a complete wreck, and now look at her, she can stand up perfectly on her own. So that, again, is an improvement. Next in line is Sevi, and I straightened her front leg to make it look like she was trotting instead of tripping over herself. I like the position a lot more, to be honest. I think it just suits the horse. She is more unbalanced as a result, though, so that's not so great, but I prefer what she looks like. Second to last is Katie, and like Sevi, I straightened her front leg, and I really like it. It looks like she's sort of chilling, walking, and also tap dancing, but that's not a bad thing. I love her. And last but not least is Churro, who does not look good in this light. That's better. So Churro had problems with his back two legs. They were sort of bent in together. So I've straightened them out and it's perfect. He looks much better. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.